Alright. Finally live. Sorry about the delay. And hey, let's mute my version of the stream. Why is the stream black? Why is it only black when I switch Twitch to mod view? Alright, cool. So, welcome back to the Canon Jobs New Game Plus run of Final Fantasy XIV. For anyone tuning in for the very first time, the premise is that I am rerunning the main story quests of Final Fantasy XIV using the jobs that were displayed by the Canon Warrior of Light in the trailers leading up to each patch of content. So, currently, I am an archer, and let's remove that bard job stone, because the Warrior of Light's original job in the 1.0 trailer was archer. However, today I am hoping to push on to become a warrior, and let's just double check that I've got a good warrior glam set up. Right, I'm naked. I must have upgraded these recently. Yeah, okay. I augmented all those recently. Okay, that's a decent enough warrior glam. I will stick with that. Alright, and I am not a bard, I am an archer. So, let's get it started. New Game Plus. Resume. A Realm Reborn Part 2. In the midst of touring the 3 city-states and witnessing the myriad problems besetting the realm, the adventurer has a chance encounter with a member of the enigmatic Scions of the Seventh Dawn. An invitation to their base of operations, the Waking Sands, promises to shed light upon the mystery of the Echo and more. As you may recall, in my last run, I wrapped up by fighting the Primal Ifrit. So let's roll back over to the Scion's headquarters and see what they want. Oh, actually, I was using the mountain roulette. That's right. Made a button for it. Oh, yeah. It's my Porksy. My friendly little snuffle pig. I'm made out of clay, and my bacon tastes like ceramics. Yep. I'm gonna eat you anyway, Dumbo. But not till you're old. That's how I show my respect. But wait until you die of natural causes to consume your delicious mineral flesh. What up, Tataru? Siege, how goes it? All's well here. At least on the bookkeeping front, anyway. Yeah. Cool. Good talking to you. I'm always worried that I'm going to run into somebody who wants to chat because I don't have batteries for my wireless keyboard right now. So I have to respond to chat in-game with just emotes. Or with the excruciatingly slow PS4, software keyboard. I usually play on my laptop, but I haven't got it to stream properly from my laptop yet. Whereas streaming from the PS4 is just a matter of saying, hey PS4, stream this shit, and it's like, yeah, got it, boss. Level 10 making. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. Might it have something to do with your newfound fame? Oh boy, I forgot about this. This is tedious, but okay. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the Primal Ifrit. Thank you for the recap. Way to be a team player on this episodic presentation format. You've achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Siege. Or rather, you have guests. Tell them to fuck off. I don't want to buy their magazines. I have a subscription to Guns, Boats, and Barbecues. And that's all I need. Unless they came out with Guns, Boats, Barbecues, and Titties. Oh. Ah, Lady Minfilia. Radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lamensa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. I have already worked my way through all 3 Grand Companies and maxed out my rank, so I'm technically a captain in all of them. But in my non New Game Plus play, I operate as an agent of the Maelstrom. As you can see, Siege, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all 3 have sent officers to court you. Okay. Well, I guess get him out. Let me see what you got. Oh. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I am a god-slaying machine. I find myself wondering how word of Siege's deeds spreads so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of his triumph is to be expected. But what of the other Grand Companies? Tatar doing the pee-pee dance. Your reputation precedes you, Master Zebak. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. No, you're representing a racist theocracy ruled by mad gods who are on my list of things that I'm going to have to kill eventually, so, fuck Gridania. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Zabek. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Amalja and their dread primal, yours was already a respected name in Ul'dah. Our people know you and love you well. A man of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. Your city is ruled by an oligarchy of absolute rat bastards who were even higher on my list than the Gridania's mad gods. So, no, I will not be a stooge of Lolorito, who I'm going to kill by holding face down in a toilet until he drowns. In Minecraft. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said, "You have the look of a hero." How often does she speak of you, friend? Like, we met once, but alright. It is only natural that we should want you for the maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Limsa Lominsa also sucks, but it sucks in a way that I feel like I can fix. Your military dictatorship can be overthrown more conveniently than Gridania's theocracy or Ulda's oligarchy. Gladium and Philia. Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ulda. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense, and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the great Grand Companies best deserve your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? Yeah, simultaneous emotes. A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let's siege hear our leaders speak, then return here with his decision. I've forgotten what voices I assigned to each of these 3 anonymous jackasses. We eagerly await your answers. This is the thing that happens a lot in A Realm Reborn, is that representatives of all 3 Grand Companies will show up just to remind everyone that all 3 Grand Companies are a thing, and they'll all do, like, either back-to-back or in unison, something goofy. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You're possessed of great power, Siege, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. I like the arrangement where I keep doing whatever the hell I want to do, and some government gives me a big heap of money for it. Thanks. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch, regardless of location. And yet, you're going to have me come back to talk to you at your desk about 1,000 times. Eorzea is changing, Siege, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there's naught we cannot hope to achieve. Or there's naught we cannot achieve, yeah. Let's not add extra words. Now, It is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will appraise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. I've decided to pronounce Tataru's name according to how that character pronounces it. Alright, officers, peace out. There's a bunch of, like, secondary characters lurking over here who I should go and hang out with and talk to. I guess I'll check in with the actual scions. I've heard word of your deeds. I'm sparing my praise, so know that you have truly impressed me. Be that as it may, it is fortunate that Thancred arrived when he did. Had he been a moment later, I shudder to think what may have transpired. The destruction that visited this land cannot be attributed to the forces of the Empire alone. Worm of midnight, of breath infernal, for some a legend made flesh, for others an insidious symbol of memory lost. We grasp but a piece of this puzzle. Much and more must we question, and contemplate ere the fallen moon revealeth its myriad secrets. Yeah, dude. And there's a bunch of other people. I'll say hi to Thancred. You put us all to shame with your recent performance in the field. If I'm to keep up, I dare say I'll need bigger knives. How about one huge knife with a gun on the end of it? I heard that's cool. "5 years ago, the three grand companies joined as one and fought the Garlean Empire at the Cartano Flats. And now, for the first time, the people will gather to remember those who fell in the battle. That being said, no one has any clear memory of what transpired that fateful day. Not even the leaders of each nation." "Speeches? Oh yes, I love them. There's nothing like a good exposition when you're having trouble sleeping." Ida, you giant idiot. Be my wife. I'll say what's up to Arnvald too. An experienced warrior like Abba won't die so easily. He's strong, fast, cunning. He'll come back safe. I don't know who the hell that is, but I'll see you later, Arnvald, when you become like a character with voice dialogue. So, what's up, Tataru? I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Siege. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Tataru, you are the best person in this whole damn organization, and if anyone ever hurt you, I would burn the entire earth to a cinder, so you do not apologize. To me. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the three services, and Elder Seed Seer Kan Isena will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where the Flame General, Robin Aldin, will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Luminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlid Blofuswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthael, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembered services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell! I really wonder why they don't just make the individual pieces of this quest happen in that order, if they're gonna be so weird about emphasis. Anyway, I'm gonna go out of order just to be a douchebag. And because Limsa Lominsa is technically the closest. I sometimes miss the way the ferries worked in FF11, where, you know, you would ride on them in real time. But the fact that I can just get on a ferry or an airship anywhere and, you know, instantly move, that's hard to beat. Waiting 20 minutes at the airship dock was, I don't know, it made for interesting social situations, like a lot of FF11's community building happened as a result of those deliberate time sinks. But it also felt deliberately disrespectful of our subscription time. Bunch of people, trying not to clip with any of you. Oh, nobody clustered around the Aetheryte for once. That's weird. There we go. Here to attend the remembrance service? Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
Wiener kids, your matching costumes that your mom makes you wear.
The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Gallian Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa.
And how'd that end for you?
I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive.
Oh, that's how. Okay.
Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go.
Our lands, you say. That's funny.
These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Gallian Empire. Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well. A crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Move him!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral.
You're just saying that because she's tall and she's got her cleavage coat on.
If you'll permit me, Alfie, no.
I'm gonna remember you as Wiener Kid #1.
And my sister, Alize.
Wiener Kid #2.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler.
You looking at me? Wiener Kid. I haven't got any candy.
You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Being a rude little shit. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Thimsel Leminsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagan, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominson's backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to their blood feuds between the various factions. And while they might fight among themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Thanks for the career advice, Wiener Kid 1. Thanks for the icy silence, Wiener Kid 2. Someday I will love you both so much. I will apologize profusely for calling you Wiener Kids about 1,000 times just now, but right now, right now, Alphino is a tool bag. Alright, let's do Gridania next. Let's go to the right desk to do Gridania next. And then bringing it home to Ul'dah will put us within striking distance of Vesper Bay. Upstairs. Hi, Mother Moon, I'm in a hurry. Alright, nice to see you. Bye. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to the Lotus Stand. I'm going to Miketo's Amphitheater. Oh well. Well, I have added 20 seconds to my journey. What a terrible fate. Alright. Overly long cutscene number 2. Hopefully I can get through more than just this join in the Grand Company's crap. I'd like to get at least to the next dungeon.
The 3 seats here are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
What up, racist tree worshippers? Connie-san in the house.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood.
And that's why we can't let any more filthy refugees come and live here.
We rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. Years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable, so beleaguered from within and without. It is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the highways without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
Oh crap, Wiener Kid 2 speaks.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done. It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
Howdy do, Wiener Kids. I still don't have any candy. I can do balloon tricks if you got a balloon.
Meeting you again.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Remu. The Gridanians have no love of war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Also, the elementals fucking suck. They're bad dudes. They are the chief cause of racism, or at least the chief excuse that racists use for their own racism. And I would very much like to ferret them out of the trees and disrupt their ether so that they can never reform. That's just me, though. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them, then? Couple fucking weirdo hallway twins from The Shining following me around to give exposition. Alright. To old, this extremely action-light subquest has only taken me an hour. Riding on an airship. It ain't got no handrails. Gonna fall overboard if it turns a little bit. Don't know the lyrics, and I fly to Uldar and I'll fight the man. I would very much like to get to playing as a warrior, because I feel like that's more iconic for the Realm Reborn content. Slow some of this early game stuff actually was. Fancy. Didn't wipe my boots. Haha, take that. I am tracking mud on your place of government. Watch another cutscene. Gonna eat some hors d'oeuvres. Holy shit, there's Raban. And the Namo's with him too. Alright.
You souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert.
Bosom.
The fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nalthar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Uldar!
We figured. But thanks.
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
I'm noting the shit out of it, Wiener Kid 1. Were you hiding in my pocket?
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
That's why I respect you, Raban.
Living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death.
Call out those rich bastards, even though you're on the Syndicate too.
The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people. Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raban?
Right on his huge muscle arm. Hell yes! Woo!
People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
Yep. It's almost like you're stalking me. Like a giant creep. The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you've encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he's stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they've been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless. And even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalj'aa are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Ahoy, Bahamut! Bahamut in the chat, not Bahamut the dragon god, exploding from the moon and killing everyone. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. They did not, Wiener Kid number 1. Goodbye, Silent Wiener Kid number 2. I know you introduced yourself 2 cutscenes ago, but I have forgotten your names. Peace out. Siege, this is Minfilia. You're well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking that the final Remembered Servants has now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Yeah, I'm coming. Oop. Good luck, Rabbit, on the Paladin quests. Yeah, the goal is to hit 30 today, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. Because that's Hockey Manor. I got a dinosaur. Do do do. I ride it to the stars and crap. I should work out lyrics before I burst into song. Too many of my little tunes end in and crap. Some people let fame swell their heads, but I believe the ears will remain in proportion and firmly attached to your body. Nope. I intend to be a monster. Welcome back, Siege. Were the Grand Company's leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Well, it was your assignment, lady. I mostly just ate horse hoovers and wiped my nose on the tapestries. Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Siege. There's, at least 4 of me on different servers. There's one of me on Ultros, one of me on Mateus, one of me on Balmung, and one of me on Adamantoys. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decisions? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies.
Realm Reborn Elise is tripping me up way more than Realm Reborn Alphino.
As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None.
Smug little turd.
They must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
See you in Stormblood.
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister.
Unless I can wrangle enough people to run Coils of Bahamut. I might try to do that. I don't know.
The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Alright. Serpent guy, flame guy. It was nice meeting you. But your organizations suck and you suck by extension. Storm guy, your organization also sucks, but I think I can successfully... terribly sorry. I think I can successfully assassinate the Admiral and commandeer control of your military, and that'll just be better for everybody involved, so let's do this. How was the Admiral's speech? But you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You've resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? Sure. That's the spirit, lad. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now the choice is made. It's time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Limsa Laminsa and seek out our Grand Company's headquarters. Maelstrom Command is located on the upper decks. I'll send word to our personnel officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearings sure. Good luck with life, other assholes. Damn it. Trying to teleport here. Bye, Minfilia. Yeah, I would sure like to get out of the part of the story where it's just cutscene after cutscene after cutscene and back to, you know, doing stuff. This is such a weird momentum-breaking interlude. The two things I remember thinking when I ran through this the first time was that, first of all, I had not yet earned this much attention and acclaim from everybody. The fact that all these organizations were tripping over themselves to suck my dick was just like I don't buy this. This is too much too soon. You know, yeah, I took down a Freet, and that's badass. But it just, I don't know, it feels like they rushed that a little bit. What is that outfit? Is that just a... Oh. Oh, it's just white mage artifact gear dyed metallic red. Okay. It's like, that's a cool dress. Hail, adventurer! What business have ye in Maelstrom Command? Arr, avast scurvy, arr, saltwater. My name's Siege Zabak. I believe you're expecting me. Arr, avast, arr, scurvy seagulls. Siege Zabak, aye. Our recruitment officer sent word of your coming. It shall be my honor to induct you to the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of several... sir! Booty, eye patch, mizzenmast. What is it, private? And this had better be important. Sir, we've received a report from a lookout in Lower Lenosia, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon Highwind Skyway's airship. The vessel's in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it! We have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. Zabak, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. Does that mean I'm not getting paid? Because I like getting paid. And if I'm not getting paid, then I'm just going to wreck shit up for my own amusement. That's how things work. So get ready for some extremely colorful graffiti all over your headquarters. Okay. If our man in Lower Lenosia is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing in upon your return. All right. Nope. Random mount. What we got? We got my... Oh yeah, the crappy little kids merry-go-round version of the airship from FF6. The Baby Falcon. I do like having these rotors this close to my head. That seems super safe. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Yeah, we were not hidden at all. Maelstrom Command sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Be at ease, sir. We're the Maelstrom. You're a Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be Zabak. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. Alright, let's fight this fight. I want to shoot some fools. I want to perforate some Imperials with arrows. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They're not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must. And bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Huh. Scouting party from Castrum Occidents, I'd say. Seems they want your ship's engineer. Seems they want your ship, engineer. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring, she really was. Till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're gonna hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut. But they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. What say you, Zabak? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge! An ambush! To arms! Well, you should have brought more hit points. This has gone on long enough. Exterminate these barbarians. Teach them the futility of resistance. What's actually going to happen is we're going to bust all your shit. And we're going to forge toilet seats out of your Magitech. Say goodnight, robot. Soon people are going to be pooping through you. Boom. Duty complete. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how does she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications, and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch till the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Zabak, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. I just wanted to say sorry, you know? For calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha. Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Yeah. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Oh, screw it. I'll just teleport back. To the aft castle. And then they will give me my chocobo that I already have. What's the next mission arc? Yeah, I'm not getting to the 30 arc today. Maybe if I push it hard, I'll be able to get to the 1,000 Maws of Total Wreck. Which is a lot less interesting now after the revamp, but it's a lot faster too, so that's... yeah. Welcome back, Zabak. I just heard the report. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit, I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of, after you're properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction, till C swallows all. The personnel officers stand ready to complete your induction into the ranks. At which point you will immediately be promoted to the rank of captain because that's what you already hold. Let's start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here, Siege Zabak. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it's only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you'll be joining. The Grand Company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It's an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force, capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Garlean Empire, and solving the many problems caused by the calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsalimenta afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Merlwib Blofuswin sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you'll be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favorable, lad, and strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with talk of ship and oar, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till his last breath, fights till his last drop of blood. We give our all in service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. Zabak, it's customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? No. Just stare at him, dead face. No love for grandiose proclamations, eh? Ha! Such silent resolve is not uncommon among the brothers and sisters of the sea. There's indigestion, actually. Siege Zabak, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private, 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limsa well, till sea swallows all. Can you hear me, Siege? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Zabak. I have no doubt that you're eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades. But I would that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you're now a man of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Riki. Might be worth your while. You may now accept the quest My Little Chocobo, Maelstrom, by speaking with Rashak Riki. This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. A good thing I already did it. Smoke a turd. Okay, just making sure it didn't, like, reset my rank. Alright, she's talking about a bunch of stuff that has not happened. So my very first pre-return to the Waking Sands. Oh, actually, fuck it, I'll take the ferry directly to Zephyr Bay. Alright, we've seen this boat. Do 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 do. Sealing, sailing, pirates, pirates. Oh. Alright, you've already said that. No new dialogue from Tataru. Nope. Let me see if I have this right. You're an adventurer who's a scion and a storm? Golly, how do you keep track of everything? Must be fun pairing up with lots of different people, though. Me, I'm always with Papa Limo. Come to think of it, why am I always with Papa Limo? Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent larger-scale restructuring centered upon its Grand Company. In Gridania, the Order of the Twin Adders absorbed both the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver, while the Lominsons enacted the complete merger of the Maelstrom and the Knights of the Barracuda. Ul'dah is the odd nation out, having made no notable changes to its armed forces. As before, and in the spirit of the Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence. Welcome back, Siege. Lady Minfilia awaits you within. Oh yeah, cutscene time. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Siege. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet with some friends. Did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you've already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And And I'm wet. Go on, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service! I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions could serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this, we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland's Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. They never really explore what they mean by the Scions being the keepers of airship technology. That's a weird... anyway. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. You need a girlfriend. Ugh, so we're all of this so far has been level 20 missions. Yeah, I'm not making any progress to 30. Self-management. Minfilia needs you to investigate the sylphs. Yeah, I'll be lucky to get to 1,000 Maws.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis, if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Though technically a beast tribe, sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible.
Got it. I promise not to kill any vegetables.
Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Yep.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
It's funny thinking that before the Warrior of Light shows up, that Ida was probably like the Scion's enforcer. Like, oh, we need something to have the shit beat out of it. Who should we send in? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ida will handle it. Alright, if I don't get to the second dungeon today, I'm just changing the name of this stream to Holy Shit Cutscenes. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... beg pardon. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? We come in peace. Commander Vorsail Hilwa. This fucking elf, has been awaiting the aid of the Scions. Damn it, just as I take a bite of cookie. Okay. Hail, adventurer! I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Is that a thing where we rub dicks together? Because, I mean, maybe. Good day, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Ah, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelvewood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relation to the primal Remu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. That's racist, and you're racist, and fuck you. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it's a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Remu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That's the question. Yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at it. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander could make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial ally to serve as my liaison. That's where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you'll come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. Oh yeah. Here's hoping this questline got butchered by the 1 to 50 revamp, because I remember it being a real tedious piece of crap. A friendly palaver with the sylphs? This should be pleasant enough This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. There you go. I'm gonna teleport right there. This crap has already taken 2 hours. Oh, they're gonna make me... Oh, weak sauce. Alright, the ferry docked at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east, and you should find the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. Let's ride. Oh, my robot tank. Fuck the 12's wood. Fuck the elementals. All your trees are bullshit. Fuck the Hawthorne Hut. Indeed, I am Annalane of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You'd do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Sylphic Studies. Rolf Hawthorne, patriarch of the beekeeping Hawthorne family, is said to be well versed in Sylphic customs. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Yeah, there used to be like a 6-part thing getting items to restore this guy's amnesia. The Sylphs. Yes, Father told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Hee hee. The Sylphs, inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masks. The next, they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop, and they just laugh at you. Wolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe-tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It just may help we win the favor of our forest friends. I'm gonna go ahead and add that emote to my bar now. First impressions. Rolf Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the sylphs. Oh, still here, eh? Great, there's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trusts, you'd do well to bring along drat, what was it again? My wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine own. Ride my ridiculous FF12 bike. Fuck up my back. For real, like this is such a goofy device. There's like a lot of those shitty 90s comic book artists had a habit of whenever they'd realize that they'd accidentally drawn a guy who was not in the correct position to be on the ground that they were drawing later, that they'd just like stick him on a hovering motorcycle or something and just say, oh yeah, this guy has rocket boots or whatever. And this thing makes me think of that. It feels like they designed Fran having her ass out pose in that cutscene first and then built a motorcycle underneath her. A peace offering for the sylphs. Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Gonna get these sylphs high. Oh shit, sin eaters. Ochu. Oh, it's dead already. Alright, I'm level 90 out here. Moogle puffball! Fuck your allergies, Hawthorne Hut. Oh, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milk root, but of course. Those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Finally, no longer doing level 20 missions. First contact. Rolf Hawthorne has gift-wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the Sylph's domain. Stupid-ass word. Demesne. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh. Not to mention spare you from that god's-awful stench. Yeah. And also remind me to not eat it and get super high and see the future myself. The sylphs love this stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the marble that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it, if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Rolf Hawthorne, we will never speak again. And before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solus, seek out a young sylph by the name of Komuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our people on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of a far greater import for you to deliver. A missive from the elder Seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of her envoy. That would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12C return with good tidings. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not stress strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking ones should go home and leave this one be. Doot doodly doot doo doodly doo 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 bibbity doop. This one would welcome walking one who moves like these ones. If walking one would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with a quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Your psychedelic Ochu jizz. Walking one brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many, many thanks. Walking One carries messages for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. Hello there! We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania? Walking One became a dancing one and brought Milkroot, but Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking One should go home. Go home, you say? But the Sylphs of Little Solus have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Siege here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seedseer herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of Walking One's. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking One wastes everyone's time. Well, I never. Turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Siege's jiggy insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Okie dokie. Dance diplomacy. Ida has a notion of how one might earn the Sylph's trust. Say, Siege, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. I went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow! Oh! Ah, there go those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up against. Alright, I got the hiccups, so I'm gonna take 5 and get something to drink. Alright, hiccups seem less intense. I gotta get around to making like an AFK screen and everything. But that'll only work if I'm streaming from the laptop. One of these days I'll get that working right. Alright. Dance for the Sylphs of Little Solace. Walking One would be a friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. Okay, cool. Ooh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Okay, cool. I'll never speak to you again. Bee-bo, biddly-bo, biddly-doodly-doo, diddly-doo-doo-doo, burp, blop. Ah, Walking One is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious Elder One of Forest City. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Yep, just the most popular guy in Radish City here. Siege, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure! Ida, I love you, but you're trying my patience. Forest Friend. Papa Limo has a notion of how you might endear yourself to the Sylphs of Little Solace. Siege, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The Sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled Sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the Sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hira Media of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most likely to be privy to the Sylphs' troubles. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The Sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Just get to the point, lady. I want to finish this diplomacy so I can get back to the murdering. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from malms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Zizgorlons and Gallnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details. Little beasts prowling the forests, they are not easily come by. When you're done with the deeds, seek out Komuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Okie dokie. Riding Fenrir the Dreadwolf to fuck up some lizard birds. Oh, here's this gnarly lizard I got from the Sahagin. Why is this spot red? What's hiding here? Big weird bug. Big weird bug. I killed you pretty casually. Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. How about if I give you some mushrooms too? Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. That's what you're doing with him? That's boring as shit. Dancing One kills Bitey Buzzy One. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing One is kind, too kind. Many walking ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. I also shot a lizard bird. That was cool, right? Come on, give me praise. Presence of the enemy. Comuxio of Little Solace would entrust you with a task. This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since walking ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other walking ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange walking ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from the Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one know more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and walking ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and walking ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something, but this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One. Strange steel walking ones. Yes, this one is seen. Steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasure. This one likes treasure. Lightning horse that I got from killing your god. Shush, shush, this one says. Steel walking ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Lightning kitty, with your tentacle face. Dun dun, lightning kitty. We're running to some place. Dun dun, lightning kitty. Oh yeah, you can fly. Dun dun, lightning kitty. Let's talk to this guy. Men clad in strange armor? Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. Well, you assumed wrong! You suck. You suck and fail. Next time you go to your tent, you will find that someone has taken a dump in your sleeping bag. Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees. Steel walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes, and go walking deep, deep through trees. As this one thought, walking ones are up to nasty, no-good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one marks Mark right here. This is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes? With my murder eyeball. Excuse me, big bug. Plow! And pow to you, too, other bug. Alright, all you assholes, bunch up close together. Come on. You can do it. Come on, cluster up on top of this wizard. Thank you! Hey, these boxes are suspicious as hell. All full of contraband. It's fine Garlean Kush. Ah, it's my Amaro. My friendly camel bird. Dancing One is back. This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something? Of this quartermaster log. Dancing One found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire? This one can read walking one's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes, this one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to steel walking ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One was promised to always be friends to these ones. I got your back, little cabbage. Motherly love. Comuxio is pining for a wayward friend. Helpful One arrives at good time. This one needs Helpful One's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solus alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful One must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. No. That far. What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solus? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One. Nope. What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest. But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful One must hurry. Hurry to find Claxio. Helpful One should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful One to Claxio. But hurry, hurry, before Touched Ones takes Claxio away. It feels like my entire non-cutscene part of this stream has taken place at nighttime. Oh, nice of them to not make me actually hunt for threads and just cut straight to, okay. That's not what I intended to do at all. Meddling One is back. This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Camuxio that this one will never go back. Never. The touched ones. Touched one should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Siege. These sylphs have been tempered. Brought under the thrall of the primal Remu. Yeah, you can tell because they're Kool-Aid colored. Akin to the Amaljas tempered by a Freet, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Meddling One's not smart to anger this one. This one has many friends in the forest. We kill this Marlboro. The Marlboro. Marlboro. No, don't run away. I was fighting you. That was anticlimactic. This one is safe. This one was so scared. Claxio. This one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Comuxio. And Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. The Claxio is safe, fills this one with joy. Comuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solus. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solus were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solus to be with Comuxio and friendly ones. Cool. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solus as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. You didn't really do anything, Papalimo. Dinosaur time again. I don't know if you've ever taken a look at the 1.0 maps of the 12's Wood, but that area, the bramble patch, kind of exemplifies it. It was all just little clusters with winding tunnels going all over the place, and it was just bonkers. Like the most oppressively samey map, just designed to get you absolutely lost unless you were following a guide every time you walked through it. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One's dead. You need me to get his body? You need me to make salad from his body? You need me to eat his body to show my respect for his body and for his spirit that used to dwell in his body, which is salad, which I'm eating? Done. Spirited away. Comuxio would make a confession to you. Oh, god damn it. This whole runaround section, I hate this guy. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes, but this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never, never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of Walking One named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but Walking Ones does not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscaron for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania as well. Gridania, yes? In Gridania lived many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One. Please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help. And please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Do. Coleslaw. Milkweed coleslaw that gets you high and lets you see the future. Tastes like 50 butts. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? Their elder's gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon G.L. Molko at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the Wood Whalers are needed in the search effort. Done. A message from Commander Hua, you say? The Sylph Elder has vanished. Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. Cool. I do not think that I'm going to get to the 1,000 miles of Totorak today. Because Buscaron's going to take at least a half hour for his stupid side quest. I don't know, I'll give it a shot. I'll try to push through Buscaron. Titan horse. Titan horse. Someday I should look up what the lyrics are to some of these songs. This one just sounds like dudes mumbling. Yeah, I helped. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of, Not here to fill your belly, then. Hunger for news, is it? There's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it be the elder you seek. Those woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk would struggle to tell the two of them apart. Racist-ass meat person. Respect for my vegetable brothers. If you've the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know. You might even stumble across this sylph elder yourself. AKA, I have nothing to do to help you, but do a bunch of my fucking chores. Druthers' house rules. Buscaron could use an adventurer to douse a fight brewing at his establishment. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscaron in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls, though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish, but as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my boot down. I kinda missed the old version of this, where he made you go and do like 6 steps to fill the bucket in the creek out back. What are you staring at? You gonna keep them eyes in your face? Splash. Ugh. Now forget his teeth, that's cold. What do you mean, no fighting? This Duskwhite scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin for now. Don't die there, guy. Nicely done, Siege. When I have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of pretty petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a Duskwhite Elysian. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwhites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them. And it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the Druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? Oh, sure, so you're cool towards the Duskwhites, but racist towards the cabbage people. Never forget, the eponymous proprietor of Buscaron's Druthers has need of an able adventurer. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a Queequern friend of mine, you see, named him of Teteroon. A good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my druthers for a spell. After that, got to talking about striking out on his own, he did. Not long after, cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lanosia. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his. This scarlet earring. I know he was fond of this thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left. So I'd like you to see that he gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can help. A Rogadan fella named Bainsing. You can find him on Hawker's Alley in Limsa Laminsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. Running your errands. Feeling like a chump. Just want another dungeon. Offended that these fucking gill sellers are getting their message on my stream. Let's blacklist. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend. Heh, a Queequern. What worked at the Druthers? Aye, you speak of Teteroon. Related to that, Kyokiroon bloke just over there by some blood or another. Two of them put in together and were making good coin, but old Teteroon up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kyokiroon himself. He can be tight-o-lipped, though, I warn you. Best to take this chicken egg with you. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venturer along, too shy to come his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Eat this fucking egg! Customer, be welcome. Not customer. Not come with custom. Kyokiroon busy with business. Too busy for blather. Eat the egg! Put it in your face hole! Chicken egg! Kyokiroon love chicken egg! Love chicken egg more than love customer! Looking for Teteroon. Teteroon no here no more. Teteroon leave Limsa. Teteroon go look for sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Teteroon. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyokiroon forgets things. Weinberg remembers things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokiroon. I just want to do a dungeon. I don't want to go and do everyone's laundry. Tetaroon, I've seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north by way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Ahid Foot. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about a great many things. Yes, take me to Aleport. It's ferry bound for Aleport. Are you riding with us? Take my 40 gil. Tetaroon, I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Queequern. I reckon he meant the one right on the shores of Bronze Lake, Mimaroon's trading post. Follow the road, you're sure to find it. Thank you. I will take my Gamera turtle. Barf time! Alright. Customer be welcome, not customer. Not come with custom, bring something for Tetaroon. Have this earring. Give me some gold. Tetaroon, forget this. Forget it, druthers. Tetaroon swore would never forget earring. Never forget. But never forget. Tetaroon, thank. Tetaroon, thank. Good Buscaroon doing good. Good Buscaroon, good to Tetaroon. Tetaroon miss good Buscaroon. Ah. Microbrewing. Tetaroon has places for you to go and thingies for you to get. Good Buscaroon help Tetaroon. Tetaroon dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thankies. Many, many thankies. Tetaroon make Queequern firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. You'll help Tetaroon make firewater. Need thingies to make. Need many, many thingies. Need Quarrel Pup Whiskers. Need 3 good Quarrel Pup Whiskers. Well, in order to obtain these Quarrel Pup Whiskers, I have brought with me Midgard Stormer, father of all dragons. Sorry about your grandkid's bones up in that hill there. Well, my dinosaur mounts have been popular today. Tetaroon make firewater for Buscaron. Buscaroon. You bring thingies Tetaroon need. You brought all thingies. Tetaroon make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tetaroon start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More good. You come back later. I'll come back right now. Give me the goddamn firewater. Like fine wine, Tetaroon appears to have finished his gift for Buscaron. Tetaroon make Firewater. Good Firewater. You take the Buscaroon. Good Firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Teteroon hope Buscaroon happy. Teteroon give Buscaroon thankies. Many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Teteroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. Whatever the fuck. I might be able to unlock the dungeon before 4 o'clock. Holy crap. Yeah, if I remember how these quests are going, I think I'm gonna get to 1,000 moss today. And then I will wrap up. And then I will become a warrior tomorrow because I am planning to stream tomorrow. Oh shit. Some crazy asshole is flying a Garlean war machine right into my bar. Oh. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Teteroon's belongings to him. What's this? For me? Take this rat hooch. Frequent Firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Hey, that old... oh, bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? That sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year. Let's say you come back then, friend. We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. I will never willingly speak to you again. Selfish concerns. If Buscaron had his druthers, he'd have an adventurer with whom to share talk of sylphs. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known sylphs to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like the missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. Just walk over everybody's table like an asshole. Alright. My Magitech Robotnik copper. Or chopper, whatever it is. What a weird thing. No. This wyvern was actually kind of a pain in the ass to get. I should have read it more often. So, was there aught to be found in the wood? What did you come to? Garleans! In this part of the 12 wood? Ah, first sylphs and now Garleans, and all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. But the Garleans be following the sylphs, tracking them or giving chase, mayhap. But no, not this far into the forest. The whalers' spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they, unless someone guided them through? Someone who knew where the spires stand, and when the whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. Novu Rich. Boscaron has more work for a willing adventurer. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone as was aiding the Garleans. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Siege, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. Like you should have known. He was Empire friendly. He's got a Roman sounding name. I will shoot him with my cannon. Laurentius! Laurentius, you little wiener! Wham! Okay. Can you not see I am on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. I'ma chase you with my goat. Not long now, huh? To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. Little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. You? What did you? How long have you? Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. I love doing that so much. How? How did you? You just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Buddy, it is not your day. It's not going to end well for you. Oh shit. We got a boss monster. Let's get my chocobo. Cool. Ah, here we go. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I meant no harm. The Whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join the ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty. But in the end, it is those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done for money, endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Though you do not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine you had cornered me? It's not I who is cornered. Guardians, I've brought the here bastard. You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did you? You there, here. You stand here at old Busk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. I assure you, I do not need the backup. But if you insist, I will happily let you die for me. Way to stand in a bush so that you're completely invisible to the stream. Oh. I can't remember. I know he shows up again in the Crystal Braves, but doesn't he actually try to make good? Or is he one of the ones that winds up on Ilberd's side? Or no, it was the kid from Little Alamigo who tried to summon Rauger. That's the one who tries to make good for real. Yeah. Impossible! How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side, they're your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer only too well. Buscaron. This is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I'm sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies, no more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There's something I would like you to tell Buscaron. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. We just let him go. Oh, sure, I'm gonna go and turn myself into the police. Herp, 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 herp. Aye, Laurentius confessed to his crime. I just had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope that them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Siege. The Sylph Elder has been found. Well, then get to it, jackass. Into the Beast's Maw. Buscaron has reliable information regarding the whereabouts of the Sylph Elder. And where the hell have you two been? It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. Ahem! His name is Frixio, and he is the eldest among the Sylphs of Little Solus. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them. A small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Maws of Totorak, here in the South Shroud. It was by the entrance to the place that Frixio was seen, and not long ago, neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones! Please help this one! This one needs help! Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Frixio. Poor Frixio. Whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. Ugh, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Frixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Siege, go to the 1,000 Maws of Totorak and see that Frixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. I will kill everything that is in there that is moving that is not a vegetable. And many of the things that are vegetables now that I remember what the monsters are. By order of the Elder Seed Seer, the dungeon known as the 1,000 Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? You're sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you're ready. Will do, Chief. All right. Boom. It's about damn time. Took me 4 hours to do 4 levels of content. Oh yeah, I wanted to run these dungeons with duty support so that I could look at stuff like this. First Spear Rhino. Totorak Expedition, Notes 1. Dangerous fauna encountered upon entering cave. Culling has permission parameters. Expect to encounter more as we press deeper. Oh, hey, all my backup dudes are officially members of the Scions now. Congratulations to all of you for getting hired. I'm mostly ready to be a warrior because archer is so boring. Like, I never become a huge fan of Bard's gameplay. But at least there's a lot to do at higher levels. You know, you're keeping track of procs and reapplying damage over time, and I don't know, right now it's just quick knock, quick knock, quick knock, bloodletter, quick knock, quick knock. Alright, let's try forcing our tank to big pole. Oh, nope, that's the boss chamber. Anything in here that's neat? Any cool treasures or notes or any reason for these side pockets? Nope. Okay. Boss time! Well, you poison me? Well, I venomous bite you, so haha. Which of us is the superior poisoner, I wonder? So what level does Barrage and Windbite actually come online? Oh, okay. So Windbite will be the last power that I get before changing jobs. Anything in here? Nope. First Spear Rydell. Total Rack Expedition Notes 2. Engaged with sizable fiend. Succeeded in exterminating, but casualties mounting. Must consider turning back if situation worsens. Anything cool in this room? Nope. Alright, goodbye, evil mushrooms. You were my best friends. Not a treasure chest there anymore. They could have at least put in a different second boss when they did the revamp. I guess this guy summons minions. Oh yeah, we were gonna try the big pole. No, but there's a bunch of side nooks that I want to look in. One of them might contain something cool. Do you contain anything cool? No. How about you? No. Well, this is apparently Sir Oshiforn of the High Tides cell, but I kind of missed the booger floors. Nope. Alright. First spear rifle. Totorek Expedition Notes 3. Diorite infestation confirmed. Scores of eggs on verge of hatching. Beyond our means to deal with. Aborting mission. Subsequent parties beware. Alright, now we're big pulling. The trick to a proper big pull on a trust team is to run back so that the tank gets there in time. Because they will not follow you away from the fight that they're fighting. It'll be a lot easier to do that once I'm the tank. And finally, that dungeon did not take long at all. It's still about a 15-minute run, even with trust NPCs. The mighty slayer of Ifrit comes now to me. With a countenance that bespeaks understanding, an intriguing power, the echo. I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest cruel tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
My dude, you were gonna get eaten by a sword.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Alright. Thanks for leaving your big purple fart. Guess I'll fight this huge bug. You do not sticky web it, my friends. It is you who shall be sticky. I will shoot you and your tail. Oh, dang it. I let my dot fall off. It's alright. It's alright. Goodbye, crappy scorpion boss. Why would it give me... Oh, well. Is this a cool looking axe at least? No. But I got the superhero mask. Now no one knows who I am. I will stalk the darkness of Gotham City. And I will protect the people with my bow and arrow, but non-lethally. Okay, wrapping up as soon as I get the mission turned in for this. Thanks for sticking with me today. I'm planning to stream again tomorrow afternoon. I will post about what time in the usual places as soon as I figure out what time that is, but I'm going to be experimenting more with running the stream off of my laptop early in the day. So you might see me going online, but that won't be this. That will just be me fiddling with settings and testing them. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the Many-Legged One? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones at Little Solace. The mushrooms! Oh shit! It's Evil Siege. Alpha Squad reporting in, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all, where's that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramu will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seem to be in reasonably good health when last I looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose. If you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion. I can fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility, if not we? And that alone you were right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord Van Baelsar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Ha 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 ha! Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that others taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know what brings walking one to this place. Came to this one's bidding at Noraxia's bidding. Or came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramu, then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. All right. We will leave off at Buscarum's druthers and pick up here tomorrow. You're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder's well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. But there I go, tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace while the Sylphs... with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlie and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Queequern firewater. Alright. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, it won't let me do it inside of the building just in case there isn't a building. And I will be broadcasting again sometime tomorrow. Like I said, I will post about it on the usual spots. I'm still experimenting with different time slots to see when more of my friends can check in, and just when, if there might be a time when other people would check in. I don't know. This is still mostly for my own enjoyment. Anyway, tomorrow we will hopefully be reaching Hockey Manor and transitioning into Warrior. For now, good night.